One morning in 2019, mid to late part of the year, I had this dream. There was a vulgar party. The people in this video have their clothes on. They did not in my dream. In the middle of that party rose a figure. It was known that this fellow was engaged. I wonder if his fiancée knew. This party reached the ears of the council. They met to discuss it. I told the council members to remember what they did at Woodstock. I then left the meeting. Woodstock, held in Beth-el, New York. What happened? Peace, love, music, huge gathering. Two fellows got together to bring about this festival. There is more about how these two guys made this happen. There was apparently no food at this festival. Sandwiches had to be made and booths were set up for whatever food was there to be shared. There is a Beth-el in Israel too. Beth-el in Smith's Bible Dictionary, the house of God, well-known city and holy place of central Israel, about 12 miles north of Jerusalem. If we are to accept the precise definition of Genesis 12, verse 8, the name of Beth-el would appear to have existed at this spot even before the arrival of Abraham in Canaan. Genesis chapter 12, verse 8, chapter 13, verse 3 and 4. Beth-el was the scene of Jacob's vision. Genesis chapter 28, verses 11 to 19. Chapter 31, verse 13, Jacob lived there. Genesis chapter 35, verses 1 through 8. The original name was Luz. Judges chapter 1, verse 22-23. After the conquest, Beth-el is frequently heard of. In the troubled times when there was no king in Israel, it was to Beth-el that the people went up in their distress to ask counsel of God. Judges chapter 20, verse 18, 26, 31. Chapter 21, verse 2, Authorized Version, House of God. Here was the Ark of the Covenant. Judges chapter 20, verse 26 to 28. Chapter 21, verse 4. Later it is named as one of the holy cities to which Samuel went on circuit. 1 Samuel chapter 7, verse 16. Here Jeroboam placed one of the two calves of gold. Toward the end of Jeroboam's life, Beth-el fell into the hands of Judah. 2 Chronicles chapter 13, verse 19. Elijah visited Beth-el, and we hear of sons of the prophets as resident there. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 2, 3. But after the destruction of Baal worship by Jehu, Beth-el comes once more into view. 2 Kings chapter 10, verse 29. After the desolation of the northern kingdom by the king of Assyria, Beth-el will remain an abode of priests. 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 27-28. In later times, Beth-el is named only once under the scarcely altered name of Beth-el, Eden. Its ruins still lie on the right-hand side of the road from Jerusalem to Nablus, a town in the south part of Judah named in Joshua chapter 12, verse 16, and 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 27, and Joshua chapter 15, verse 30, chapter 19, verse 4, 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verses 29-30. The place appears under the name of Chesel, Bethuel, and Bethuel. Hiel the Bethlehemite is recorded as the rebuilder of Jericho. 1 Kings chapter 16, verse 34. In Joshua chapter 16, verse 1, and 1 Samuel chapter 13, verse 2, Mount Beth-el, a hilly section near Bethel, is referred to.